Hey everybody, Tyler here once again. I had a request from Retro Vintage Items 27 to do some looking around in Minneapolis, St. Paul, in the Twin Cities at some of the older motels. So let's do that in this video. I'm going to start out with the Lakeland Motel in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Here's the place. It's located at 41 North 10th Street. There's a neat Best Western sign here. The sign appears to be in the middle of the street. That's unusual, but it's got a sign on the end. Looks like there may be a, look at this, this looks like a checker limousine there. It's hard to see, but it looks pretty distinct that that's what that is. Not very many of those left anymore. And it looked kind of unusual. It looks like this building is suspended over the there's maybe a parking area underneath it. You see that that's open through the bottom. There it is. There's a little card. I don't know, what is that? That's flags on top of it. Okay. And downtown Minneapolis, banquet and meeting facilities for 300, cocktail lounge, piano bar, entertainment, restaurant, coffee house, 196 rooms, indoor pool, and saunas. Well, we're going to kind of start out on a sad note with this one. Here's the location now. As you can see, there's nothing there. I tried to replicate the angle of the camera as well as possible. I think they were probably standing back this way on the corner a little bit more than what I could get to, but this appears to be the place. As we go in further to it and get up here to the street, you can see that the dot is right there on that lot. And you look around, there's nothing around it even closely resembles it at all. That's not the place. So that's new, and it's all new. So those of you familiar with Minneapolis will know where this location is, I'm sure. So unfortunately, we've lost this one, looks like. Here's the view of the lot. That's where it probably was. So, alright, on to the next one. Alright, our next stop is the Boulevard Motel in Minneapolis, located at 5637 Lindale South, and that's of course in Minneapolis. Telephone number TA54488. For those who prefer the finest in accommodations, it's the Boulevard. 6 tastefully furnished rooms, air conditioning, telephone and TV in each room, just minutes from airport, fabulous Southdale and the Loop. Restaurant, AAA approved. I don't know what the Loop is or Southdale. Those of you that live there probably do. But here's the place as it was. Pretty nice looking place. It's got a nice sign here in front. Motel. It's got a few customers in. Nice looking joint. Check this out. Here it is. And it looks like that's either the same sign or a version of the same sign. But there's the good old Boulevard Motel as it is today. A little further down, we'll take another look here. Still in operation. It's now called the Metro Inn. Okay, now we're at the Lakeland Motel in Minneapolis, located at 4025 Highway 7 at West Lake Street. Here's the front of the place. Nice, looks like a nice fountain there. And this looks a little different than most you're used to, but it's probably an internal hallway. And here's one of the rooms. There's the old television set, probably black and white at that point. And here's the view across, I guess that's the pool. There's the highway on past it. And here's the Lakeland Motel today. Not the best view of this, but I tried to replicate the same view. As you can see, first thing you notice, there appears to be a tree planted in the old fountain. But there's the building. And I don't see a pool any longer. It's probably to the left right there. Let's go see if we can go down the road and we'll take a... Well, that thing took off, didn't it? Let's try this again here. There's a view of the other side. Filled that front portico in. I don't understand why they needed to do that, but they did. So there's the Lakeland Motel. Okay, this time around we're at the House Motel in Minneapolis, located at 4th Avenue South at 7th Street. This is a motel on 2 short blocks from the very heart of the downtown business and shopping center. Air conditioning, executive bridal suites, conference room, restaurant, TV, and phones. Member of the Best Western Motels, AAA approved. Now, this is just one view of this place. The Guest House Motel. And I'm not sure if that's part of it there. It probably is. Notice the tower, that skyscraper in the background. Well, here we are today. As you can see, unfortunately, the guest house is long gone. And I was sure I'm in the right spot because you see, there's that same building. And you see how much Minneapolis has grown since then. Of course, there's a stupid bank in its place, which is great. So, unfortunately, lost the guest house in. Alright, this one is a Minneapolis Biltmore Motor Hotel. Check out that sign. And I'm going to tell you right ahead of time, this place is gone. It was going to be almost impossible to find, but I researched some information on it and it's long gone. So there's no point in even trying to look it up. It was on US Highways 169 and 212 at 52nd Street Southwest, Minneapolis 24. 80 deluxe air conditioning units, soundproof, carpeted, guest dial telephones, television, heated swimming pool, 24-hour year-round service, 15 minutes to the loop, coffee shop, meeting rooms and suites for business and social functions. It's a pretty nice place. It's too bad it's gone. Okay, here we are at the Holiday Inn in St. Paul, Minnesota. This one's located on St. Anthony at Rice and Capitol Plaza, right on Interstate 94. Service, comfort, and convenience shall be yours to enjoy at the Holiday Inn, located on St. Paul's Capitol Approach. And you know what they say, relax, it's Holiday Inn. And check this place out. It's got multicolored curtains. It's got red, yellow, blue sign on the end. Of course, there's the great sign. And you know, these used to be everywhere. But I think I read somewhere recently that there's only possibly 2 of these even in existence anymore. There's one that's in pieces and there's one whole one that's been preserved. But I mean, I'm telling you guys, those things used to be everywhere. I remember when I was a kid. There's all the cars there, the 60s model cars. Check out this Jetsons entrance portico. Now, these days, everybody would love to have this. This is what they kind of call Googie architecture. It's not Google, Googie. So they're actually starting to preserve this stuff now, but I'm sure it got torn down. Somebody in the late 70s thought it was, you know, ugly, or the 80s or whatever. So it's gone, I guess, because you look in the picture of now. Here it is. This is the Best Western Kelly Inn signature. Of course, the great sign's gone. There's a lot more trees. The portico is now this generic, modern, stupid mess there. So, yeah. At least the building's still there and in operation. Okay, here we are at the Minicona Motor Lodge in Minneapolis. Here's the place. The view of the front. And there we are again with the multicolored doors. Remember I told you guys that was very, very common back then. Everything was pastels and all that. And there's the entrance portico. It's kind of unusual that the office is on the second level here. There's a view of the room. Yeah, that picture's chopped off a little bit. 3924 Excelsior Boulevard, Minneapolis, Minnesota, the garden spot of the world. Air conditioning for your pleasure and luxury living. TV and telephone in every room. Sun deck and restaurant. Let me scroll down a little bit. 5 minutes to the loop. Ample parking. Well, this starts out with good news. Here the place is, this day and age. You can see how it's oriented, L-shaped. Here, there's the, we would be, if in the old view, we would be in the parking lot down there looking across, because if we ease on up here a little bit more, that's a southern phrase for you. But ease on up here, you can see this is distinctly the same place. It's had this roof added to it, but there's the drop off right there. But you notice the place is empty, right? Looks like it's empty and there's something going on right here. This was the American Inn, by the way, at that time. Well, you back out to the street view, and unfortunately it's gone. Totally wiped out, obliterated. I guess to build this big behemoth right here, use it for parking, but it's gone. Another piece of our history down the drain to build something new and modern and boring. Okay, next stop is Aqua City Motel in Minneapolis. And this is located at 5739 Lindale Avenue South. 10 minutes to downtown. Now here's a nice, looks like a mid to late 70s view of the place. Has to be at least 1978 because that's a downsized G-body Cutlass over there. Take a look now. Can you believe that fence is still there? Nobody's knocked it down. Still in operation. It's been changed just a little bit, but not much. That's what I like to see.